And so as we're talking about the Rona, even friend of the show Mike Francesa has had enough. And
Okay.
I posted this in the Discord.
He basically yesterday accused the hospital of padding the
Pause it.
numbers they
Wait,
need
hold on.
because
I want to point out.
Set it up a little. You can
I
talk
want to
about
point
Trump.
out, first of all, you hear there's an echo. That's not my fault. That's Mike Francesa's show's fault. This was one of the clips where I was like, oh wow, even old Mike can't figure out his echo.
Yeah, we were freaking out in the pre-show, like setting up the sound and everything, and like, oh my god, we got an echo, and then figured out, no, that was actually just Mike's stupid clip that he couldn't get rid of the echo.
So Francesa, who is, or I guess at this point maybe was, a Trump supporter, he said he voted for Trump, is talking about how Trump is going on doing these daily fucking propaganda speeches that the press is barely questioning him on.
Mike's whole show is about Trump now, basically.
And how he went and was like, oh, we've sent plenty of PPE, which is protective gear, and like masks, and they're just like hoarding it or whatever is what Trump is claiming, which it's just like, what are like, he's starting all these feuds.
He's claiming that people are stealing it from the hospitals, like off the back of a truck.
Which it's weird. He's using these same exact tactics as he's done his entire political career. But anyway, let's hear Mike do it, because his frustration was so cathartic for me.
he basically yesterday accused the hospital of padding the numbers they need because they were trying to sell or send it out the back door, the masks. How do you go from using 20,000 masks to 300,000 masks? Can't be done. Go investigate that. You go investigate that. You have your military, your FEMA investigate that. That's your job.
Your femur.
Your femur.
Have your thigh bone investigate.
It'd be like that, but just his like, you go investigate that. Like that.
I was picturing somebody's little thigh bone is like Columbo. Like, go and investigate. Send your femur, okay? Your ulna. Get them all together.
I just imagine Trump singing, "The femur's connected to the pelvis."
Okay.
How do you go from using 20,000 masks to 300,000 masks? Can't be done. Go investigate that. You go investigate that. You have your military, your FEMA investigate that. That's your job.
I need that femur clip when we go back to this.
Can I just explain why he's getting the echo, which I'm surprised that Mons is not explaining to him from working in radio? Sid, you might also be aware. He's not creating a mix minus, so he's sending his voice to himself, which is why you can hear it like that.
Listen to you showing off with your.
My
Rob,
God. That's
I know
the
radio
term?
too.
That was a big problem. If I knew it was called mix minus, maybe I could have searched for a solution faster.
If only we had some way for the two of you to communicate.
Thanks for that, Noah, now that I figured it out.
She wanted to show how smart she was. She let our shit fuck up and then said it on the air what she could have done.
I wanted to trump Rob.
Yeah, very Trump.
Yes.
You're the producer, Noah. You do.
She's like the government releasing a virus to the people.
That's right.
I respect your audio skills. I have to take one small issue with what you said. What the real problem was that the hospitals stole the mix minus from the Mike Francesa broadcast. No way. There's no way you could go from 20,000 decibels to 300,000. It's impossible. Can't be done. Can't be done. Okay.
That you have your military, your FEMA investigate that. That's your job. You're in charge of this. If this is a war, they're stealing your supplies. What do? You tell them. You tell the media to go investigate it. What, and get back to you in 6 weeks or 2 months as more people die on a daily basis?
Yeah, man, you get it. Like, he's so right. I've never agreed with Mike Francesa more. I never.
I'm overwhelmed with a feeling that we're listening to a Mark Braverman video. What's his name? RC. We can edit that. What time are we at? Because
that's what's wrong.
He's just a terrible, gelatinous, horrible person, but saying the correct thing in a horrible delivery.
I can't believe that we're living in a world where Mike Francesa is reasonable.
I know.
What have we become?
But
Well,
also,
anybody
it's
standing
just
next to Trump is reasonable.
yeah. It's how far off the cliff the president has gone, where even Mike Francesa can't defend it. Like, not only can't defend it, he's fed up.
You tell the media to go investigate it? What, and get back to you in 6 weeks or 2 months as more people die on a daily basis? That's what's wrong here. There's a disconnect.
His rage is echoing.
Mike's just mad because the restaurant that makes his favorite linguine with clam sauce had to close. He's over this shit.
I go to every store, okay, in Midtown. They don't even have Diet Coke in the bottles. I gotta buy a 2-liter. I can't even buy a 20-ounce Diet Coke now because of the deliveries. And this is Trump's fault. Okay?
You deliver it, Trump.
Trump claiming that the Diet Coke, the 20 ounces, have been taken off the back of a truck. It's not plausible. Okay?
You're the president. Order more Diet Coke.
U.S. FEMA.
I'm envisioning a military Humvee loaded with like a pallet of Diet Cokes pulling up to Francesa's house.
No lips to God's ears. All right. I called up my friend Bill Parcells.
We're watching one thing happen.
Sorry.
He had any Diet Coke. I did not. Unfortunately, that's the way these things go. We are in a crisis. We are all suffering losses.
We're watching one thing happen in our city on the 11 o'clock news every night. We're watching people die, and now we know people who died. And we're not seeing 1 or 2 people die now in our neighborhood. We're seeing them die by the 10.
Does he know? Who does he know that died? Nobody.
He probably was friends with that the NYPD counterterrorism guy who used to be on Channel 4 News. You know what I'm talking about? Like John Miller or whatever his name is. He used to be like a reporter, and now he works for the NYPD, and he has it. So that's probably who Francesa's.
I don't know who that is, but Noah thinks it's hilarious that he's dead.
No, I don't
think he's dead.
Oh, okay.
But he's infected.
You actually dug someone up, and even he's not dead. He doesn't know fuck all about anybody dead. Living out in 5 towns or wherever the fuck he lives in his bubble.
Excuse
me. Maybe he was a big Joe Diffie fan.
I was laughing at how specific Sid's description was, like how thoroughly you knew his title.
Well, I think that they probably crossed paths when Mike had his NBC show, Mic'd Up. They might have both been at the news station at the same time. They went to the strip club after tapings.
Well, let's hear a little more.
Can I go on a tangent for a second? Because that show, Mic'd Up, is a funny kind of story. Mike had this, he got franchised himself into this show on Sunday night where he talks about the events of the day that happened in sports or whatever. And then he lost it. Like NBC kicked him off, but they kept it mic'd up. They kept the name of the show Mic'd Up, and the guy on the show is not named Mike. Just some dude.
It was Bruce Beck, right?
And
Bruce Up.
It was NBC's show, so he had to change the name of his radio show, which was also called Mic'd Up.
Wait.
It's Mike's On.
So did Francesa like that or hate it?
Oh, no, he was pissed. Like first 2 days he was on the air, after that happened, he was really salty. And he was talking about they had to bring the band in that recorded the Mic'd Up song to now make it Mike's On. And how that was a hassle and all this stuff. Like the whole show was about how NBC fucked him over with that. Anyway, sorry about that. I know you want
that was a good tangent. All right, here's a little more.
And 20s by the day. They're bringing people out of the hospital in Queens in body bags. 5 minutes from where he grew up.
Like he gives a shit about that.
We here know this isn't right. You get the guys in the metropolitan area and ask the cops in New York if it's right now. Ask the firemen in New York who are answering those police calls answering those ambulance calls if it's right now.
Ask the Diet Coke delivery guys if it's right now. I haven't got shit for 3 weeks. Okay?
For the record, there is a Diet Coke in the shot.
Oh.
Of course.
This is my last one, okay?
It's hoarding it like toilet paper.
Now, they know it's not.
I might have to drink Diet Coke vanilla with orange, okay? That's all that's left on the shelf. It's like when you go to the meat aisle and they have everything's empty, but there's like one vegan section. It's full of meat. It's the same thing. Diet Coke, vanilla with orange. It's disgusting.
It's practically like going in. You go to the poultry, and all that's left is the chicken gizzards.
Yeah. Diet Coke, vanilla with orange is the chicken gizzards of Diet Coke. Okay.
Right now. They know it's not. They don't have the supplies they need. So don't give me the My Pillow guy doing a song and dance up here on a Monday afternoon when people are dying in Queens.
Yeah.
I love that what he's talking about is Trump brought the My Pillow guy on the stage.
Unreal.
Which is of course absurd and we live in a hyper reality now it makes no sense whatsoever. But I also thought the reaction to it was a little stupid also, because like you had people in one tweet saying, the My Pillow guy, how dare Trump soil our democracy by bringing the My Pillow guy on? And in the next tweet, it's like, oh, well, Biden only raped 8 people and Trump raped 23 people. So we really should, vote blue no matter who. But the My Pillow guy, no, that's a bridge too far. We can't have that.
Well, the My Pillow guy isn't running for president.
Agreed. No.
Yet.
To make that argument like that we can't. Don't get me wrong. The My Pillow guy should not be in a press conference on national television.
Yeah.
But to make the argument that this is an absurd thing that we can't process, but you're going to have a rapist guy that try to keep like black children from going to school with white children as the fucking president, like that's okay.
Well, to be specific, what happened is this week there was a rape allegation against Biden that a lot of people aren't acknowledging.
Well, there's actually 8 rape allegations.
I mean, he like rapes the little girls he has on stage all the time. Is that not apparent enough?
Well, I mean, you're joking, but that's a good point. Like, is this so far-fetched to believe that we're going to smear a rape accuser when this guy can't keep his like mouth off of here?
You got so flustered that your camera cut out for a second.
I think nobody actually wanted to smear the accuser. It just happens that her name is Tara Reid.
Oh.
So people are smearing thinking that it's the other Tara Reid.
Honestly, I didn't...
that might not actually be a joke. I mean, there might be people who think it is that Tara
I
Reid.
didn't put it together. Like I didn't put it together until I heard you say it. Like I've been reading it, and I was just like, oh.
And now you're picturing Biden and Carson Daly doing a train on her, aren't you?
And a shark.
Let's not veer.
She was consensual with Carson Daly. Let's just.
Oh, and the shark. To be fair, let's hear a little more of this.
Get the stuff made, get the stuff where it needs to go, and get the boots on the ground. Treat this like the crisis it is.
Now I'm just hearing this like he's talking about Diet Coke. Get the stuff made. Get it to the people who need it.
We need to recut this. So he's talking about Diet Coke.
It really
is my last one, for cripe's sakes. I have no funds to go get me. I gotta go get him. I sent Ro. But, same thing. She's tough. She got a great immune system. She got 2 great femurs. She could walk out there.
Well, also, what's great is this is, of course, from the Twitter that we've talked about before, Back After This, which archives classic Mike clips. So he tagged on another clip to be like, just to put this in context, Francesa is a huge Trump guy. And here's a clip of Francesa bragging about working for Donald Trump's dad.
A racist, a complete Nazi from the KKK.
A man who started with a lot of money. His father was wealthy.
He's talking about Donald right now.
Donald Trump's father, Fred Trump, is not Trump's a Nazi, literal card-carrying member of the Ku Klux Klan.
Like there are newspaper clippings of him renting some venue to the Klan in New York to do a rally or something like that. Like there's ample.
He got arrested.
Right.
He got arrested at not a KKK rally.
He just happened to be there, just walking by. But anyway, so here's Francesa talking about Donald and his father Fred,
and who started with a lot of money. His father was wealthy.
Right.
I used to park his father's car. Okay, FT77. I still remember it. Down at the Atlantic Beach Club when I used to park cars there. I had the parking lot concession when I was a kid, living right next to it. And I worked at the Beach Club for years. And I used to park, they only came on Sunday, and it was FT77, Fred Trump. And I remember it very well. They'd get out and go to brunch. And I used to park Mr. Trump's
Mr. Trump
limousine. I'd take it from here to there. It was the first one I saw that had
I'll take it from here to there. You know, it was over here, then I put it over there.
It was weird, I saw like the charred remains of crosses in the back seat, but I never thought nothing of it, I just thought, maybe it was a fire in his house or something. I don't know. Okay.
phone. Trump used to come on Sunday afternoon, and they had a big blue limousine. FT77 was the license plate, and that was Fred Trump.
Who the fuck cares what the license plate was? Why?
Also, what the fuck is 77?
Why do I need this detail in your story? Like, get to the fucking point.
That's how you knew it was Fred Trump.
Donald
I used to carry his white robes from here to there. I mean, it was I'd pick them up from the laundry, the Chinese laundry.
I don't remember him. I remember them all getting out of the car and all blondes and everyone, but I don't remember him obviously. I did grow up parking their cars and knew his father. And his father used to give me a very good tip. Used to tip me $10. When I used to get $1 from a car was a lot. Okay, I mean $5 was a massive tip in those days. You're talking about
It's true.
69, 70, 71.
Wait, do you think now that Mike Francesa is like charred beyond all recognition with the fake tanning he does, would Fred Trump, if he was alive today, still tip him $10, thinking he might be a black person?
Well, then Trump, you got to ask, would he even acknowledge his own son?
That's true. Well, he's so orange that it doesn't look like a black person. It just looks like a weird clown face.
Yeah.
I think Mike would be more likely to be taken for an African American. And remember Mad Dog too? We were watching
God.
him on MLB. He looks. I have to say, he looks worse than Mike Francesa. Like I feel like Francesa got a real decent job of his tan done on him, but Russo looks like a baked potato, like an overdone.
He just fell asleep on the beach for a weekend.
Oh,
or on the golf course.
It's very unhealthy.